Hey, what up, everybody? What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of King's Court. I'm your man, King Real. I'm sorry we're a little late. Well, we early, but we're a little late, man. We had technical difficulties on my side. My snowball mic just stopped working or something, so I don't know what's going on with it. But we here, man. We here and we early, man. So everybody who's already in chat waiting, man, thank you guys for waiting. Let me introduce the show to you guys. I'm your man, King Real. This is another episode of King's Court. I'm joined by always with my guy Jay Money. What's up, Jay?
What's up, man? Come on. Y'all know we got three black guys doing the show, man. Y'all know damn well we're going to be late, man. You know what I'm saying? But like my guy say, we are early, though. You know what I'm saying? What the people are asking for, we come on a whole 30 minutes early. We're going to get to all the games, man. Y'all got time to get to everything. No excuses today, man. Let's get it.
Right. Hey, it's good to be over here, too. I ain't never had the early start time to 3:30, but shit, we get to all the games a little bit early. That's what everybody want anyway. We got enough time to touch on everything.
Right.
We still got my guy Rel over there.
Yeah, it's probably cool. Well, hey, we still, man, say we finna get it. See if you ready, bro. We gonna get to this next game, to this first game, bro. This first one that I want to touch on real quick. I want to touch on this Wizards game real quick, man. And Paul Millsap is out for the Nuggets real quick, just in case anybody know. We'll get to that one in a second. But as far as this Wizards game, man, I'm like I say, man, I tweeted out, you know what I'm saying? I ain't doing no more bullshit. And I did tweet it out last night at 6. It says 6.5 right now in my book. I just took the shit again at 6.5. ATL, this is their last game of a 7-game road trip. It's their third game in 4 nights. All of them would travel. You know what I'm saying? The Hawks are 1-7 on the road off of a road spread win, and they failed to cover the last 4 or 5 off of a win. All over the Wizards here, man. They the Wizards are off a loss at the house to the Bucks. You know what I'm saying? A tough game, which they kind of sort of came back to. But before that, they've covered 8 of the last 10 at the house. You know what I'm saying? I'm all over the Wizards here, man. I think that line is moving up for a reason. It's moved up to 7. I think this might be a blowout here. It could get ugly. What you like, Ski?
I don't have a play on the side, but I don't argue against that. I mean, it's the last game of a 7-game road trip for Atlanta. They should be tired. And Washington, they've been covering. They're 11-5 against the spread last 16. They've been covering at home, 16-10 against the spread at home. So I look for Washington to come out strong this game. So I agree with what you say there. My play is more on the total. And when I was capping this game, I initially liked the over. Everything's pointing towards the over. Washington, 16-10 over at home. Atlanta has a winning over road record. Everything's pointing towards the over. And there was one stat that pointed out to me, home teams with a 60% or more over win percentage at home, if the total starts to drop by a point or more, I believe it hits about 55% of the time. And it hits a little bit higher when it's in division or in conference. I mean, not conference, in division. So this game matches up for that. And I started to think about Atlanta could be tired on the last game of that road trip. So I like the under in this game. I got it at 232.5, and I think it's maybe at 230 now. So I like the under.
Right, yeah, I'm with you on that. I said we got 391 people in here watching, man. Obviously, this is what the people wanted. They wanted us to come in. You know what I'm saying? Even before we got on, it was like 200 people already waiting, man. What's up, Brandon? What's up, Eric? Wham. I know you. I know what's up, Wham. Come on, baby. I know you in here watching. What's up, Ralph? Brick City. Everybody, man. Everybody that was watching before we even went on, man. How y'all know we was coming on 30 minutes early, man? Y'all watching Twitter? Y'all on Twitter, man? Got the notification? Hey, we appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. We if we keep coming on this time, we might have 1,000 people watching live. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate everybody, man, tuning in to us. You know what I'm saying? We're not playing no games, bro. We trying to get winners. We're doing it for the people. You know what I'm saying? We're giving out free picks, man. This what y'all came for, man. Let's try to get 500 likes today, man. I see we got 429 people watching. Let's try to get 500 likes, man. It's Monday, man. Happy Monday, y'all.
Hey, let me ask you a quick question about this Washington game. Did you take into consideration that last spot of the road, the 7th game of the road trip?
Yeah, hell yeah, yeah. That was the first thing that I mentioned. The last game of a 7-game road trip. That's a fade spot, bro. I'm gonna tell you true. It could be the fucking Warriors, bro. And I guarantee you that line gonna be low. It's gonna be baked into it because that's just a tough spot for a team. You know what I'm saying? It's already tough when you come in like a 4 or 5 game road trip, bro. 7. That's tough. They was just on the West Coast. Now they came all the way to the East. Bro, I'm sorry. I've been looking at this shit like 2 games ago. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I thought the Hawks were gonna lose to the Suns. As crappy as the Suns are, I thought that was a bad spot for them. And now, when the Suns are just terrible, they couldn't even beat the Hawks. But the Hawks, they damn near lost to them. I think they're ready to get to the house, bro. They ready to get back to their wives and girlfriends, all that, bro. Like I say, they did have a day off yesterday, but there's still 3 games in 4 days, man. I like the Wizards here. It could lose. Nothing is a lot, but like I said on Twitter, man, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. This is my favorite play of the day, man. If y'all got it last night, you got the 6. I would still take the 6.5, man. In theory, this one shouldn't be close. I'm gonna fade a team on a 5+ game road trip. The last game, I'm gonna fade them every single time.
Right. I know you big on spots. That's why I kind of like to hear that you were on the same page with me on that. Everybody kind of bets a little different. And I know that's something you're strong at doing there. You pick out nice spots for the teams on the schedule. So I definitely like that we match up there.
Exactly. And I just real quick, Ski, I did ride with you on the under because the under correlates with that. The teams are tired, even though the Hawks, it's tough to take a Hawks game under because they're like number 1 in pace. But in this game, I don't see them getting up and down the court. They're going to be tired. They're going to have tired legs. They're going to be ready to get to the house. I took the under 230 in this game, and I took the Hawks team total under 112. I don't see them getting over this shit. You know what I'm saying? Even if the Wizards just come out there and blow them out, I don't see the Hawks getting over 110 points tonight, man. They will not have the legs or the firepower. I mean, they're already not a great team, in my opinion. They can just catch teams off guard. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the first half. If you like the Hawks here, you would have to look towards first quarter or first half. I'm sorry. That's the only thing that I think the Hawks they keep it close. What's up, Real?
Oh, yeah. You good money.
What's up, man? Y'all to the games way too soon, way too quick. I'm in the middle of the conversation now. Hold on. I got to introduce the chat. What's up, Wham? What's up, man? This shit done fucked up. I don't know what's going on with all this shit over here. Hey, to this Atlanta game, I feel you on Atlanta, but the Wizards. No, go ahead. Y'all finish up. I'll jump in.
Hey, we got 520 people up in here, real. They came early to come check it out. This is what they wanted, and they're coming in here to check it out.
Right.
I feel y'all. Y'all can finish breaking down the game. I'll jump on the next game. I ain't got shit on the game anyway, so besides the under. So we could get to the next one.
Well, yeah, that's what I was on, real. That was my play on this game. I was on the under. When I capped the game at first, I said that everything, the numbers and stuff was pointing towards the over. But, I mean, it's the last game of a 7-game road trip. Atlanta's going to be tired. It's a division game. And also, I talked about a stat that good home teams or home teams that are good on overs, they when they hit at 60%, if the total drops 1 point or more, the under hits 55% or more, and that percentage goes up more when it's in division. So this lines up with that along with the spot. That's where I was going with this game.
Yeah, I can't even locate my Atlanta shit right here. Well, I got it over here, but y'all done broke it down, man. Where's the one shit? They last what? No, I ain't even got the Atlanta shit. Yeah, fuck this game. I'm already thrown off, bro. Let's go to the next game, man. We just go to the next game. We scratch this game for me. I'm on the under. We can move on to the next one.
Yeah, like I say, I'm big on this Wizards here, man. Hey, if you guys got me on Twitter, y'all probably hopped on it to -6 last night. You can get to 6.5. I'm on it, man. I'm on this, you know what I'm saying, on the spread and on the money line. I don't see the Wizards losing this game, but we can go ahead and get to this Nuggets game.
Hey, the Lakers is pissing me off too. I don't know if I want to talk about that today, but they trying to give away my whole damn team, and I ain't feeling it, man.
The whole team, bro. I saw that. That's 8 players, bro. For one, they got to be talking about the Pelicans. Got to be talking about including somebody else with it. It can't. I saw 6 players plus 2 future first round draft picks just for Anthony Davis. That's all I saw. That shit tripped me out, bro. I ain't never saw this shit. My girl, she say, who else gonna play for the Lakers? How it's gonna be LeBron and Anthony Davis or what? Fuck, they got. Like, who else they gonna have out there? They gonna have what, a 7-man rotation? Nah, bro, that shit can't fall through.
Hey, the Pelicans got to take the deal though. If we offering it, like we taking Solomon Hill's contract too. They paying him like $13 million a year. So I don't see why they wouldn't take it. But I don't really like it. I want Anthony Davis as much as I want him. I think that we giving him way too much.
Way too much.
So we can start talking. We can get into this Denver and Detroit game, y'all. Millsap out. Murray out. Harris, we already know, is out. That's going to affect their offense over there, man. Denver won 6 straight games, but they won it for ATS last 5 road games. Detroit barely beat Dallas the other day. This Detroit team needs to trade real bad, man. I know this Detroit team is healthy and all, but their offense scares me against a Denver offense that looks different on the road than they do at home. Denver's 4-17, shut up their last 21 games in Detroit. This is the first meeting between the two this year. What's your thoughts on this game, Steve?
This Denver and Detroit. Like you said, Detroit offense scares me. Last 5 games, offensive rating 25th. Pace for Detroit 27th. They like to play slow. Denver, they like to play slow too, 23rd. And lately, I've been noticing when Denver's playing at home, they've been putting up a lot of points. And when they play away, it ain't been so many points. So I mean, they went over 8 of the last 11 games, but on the road, under 5 of the last 6. They're missing starting point guard. They're missing Murray, Harris. They're missing Millsap. I mean, it's a lot of players, a lot of points missing. I like the under 210. Slow pace. 2 teams that are going to play some defense. I like the under. All the stats support the under. Give me the under 210.
Yeah, I could definitely not talk you off of that, Ski. I'm actually with you on that. You might call me crazy for this one, and I know the Nuggets, they've been their first halves be flying over, and then the second halves go under. They're the worst. They have the worst defense in the league in the first half, and then the best defense in the second half. It's pretty crazy. But I think this game goes under the 210, and I also took the under first half. I saw it was at 108. The only reason why it's that high is because of that stat with the Nuggets. But I feel like if this game's going to go under, it's going to be on this pace starting from the get-go. You know what I'm saying? If you look at the starting lineup for the Nuggets, you got Morris, Beasley, Barton, Plumlee, and Jokic. You know what I'm saying? Other than Jokic, that's a pretty defensive lineup for me. I mean, and even Jokic, we know he's a good scorer, but a lot of times you don't really just see him get 20 points. It's more with the assists and the pick and rolls or other things that he does out there. I don't know, man. I did take the Nuggets money line earlier. I know that a lot of people may say the Pistons, but just because Millsap is out, I know Gary Harris and Jamal Murray out too, but damn, bro, the Pistons can't score. I mean, you got Blake Griffin, and then that's it, bro. Who else you got other than that? That doesn't scare me, man. Then you up by 20 points to the Clippers in the first half and then have an absolute meltdown in the second half. Like I said, I'm a basketball player, man. Sometimes this shit just gut you after you done took a tough loss like that. You look at NC State, they damn near beat Virginia at home. Lost by 1 point. Then they come out and score 24 points for the full game, bro. You talk about a letdown. So sometimes those close losses or you let a team come all the way back, that shit just have you feeling so bad where you don't even get up for the next game. We know Blake Griffin doesn't have any confidence in his team. He's their best player. Their offense is terrible, man. I saw Reggie Jackson and Blake Griffin pass the ball back and forth for like 5 or 6 times, bro. That shit was absolutely crazy. I still think the Nuggets are going to win this game, man. They won 6 straight. I'm not betting against them now, man. So they're just hot right now. If you watch that game versus the Timberwolves, they weren't supposed to win. They end up winning that game. Sometimes you just have to just keep riding that shit until they lose. It could happen tonight, but I don't think the Pistons are going to be the one to stop them from keep them off this winning streak.
Yeah, I see a lot of people on the money. 64% of the money is all on Denver in this spot. I see Denver winning this spot and covering this spot. I jumped them on the money line. I like the bread. I put a couple of units on the money line with them at the minus 160 earlier this morning. I just don't see how this Denver team holds on to a lead late in the game. Yeah, they're healthy. But even them not being healthy when they weren't healthy, I mean, they don't have the right guards for this team. And the fact that Denver doesn't have the right guard play either right now, they have injuries. Denver still knows how to play defense. They still know how to get buckets. They still know they got to feed Jokic. You can't really feed nobody on this Detroit team over here because you can't really feed Griffin. Well, Griffin's the one with the ball in his hand most of the time because he's a playmaker for your team. I think they need to make a trade right now and get rid of Drummond. I think they should offer Drummond up to the Memphis Grizzlies. Throw Drummond over there, man. Pick up Conley or something. Grab a Gasol. Do some kind of 3-team deal. Get Drummond the fuck up out of Detroit. Paired either Griffin with a Gasol for a year or two. I'll throw Gasol over to a team like Denver. I think he should be on a team like Denver as well, Gasol. I think both of these two teams playing today is a team like Gasol we can see him end up on. I just don't like what I see from Detroit whatsoever. The defense is not there. This is a coach who coached Toronto last year, and it was a top defensive team when he was there coaching that team. But that team also had offense, so he got hide behind his defensive faults. Now he's over here with Detroit. He have no offense. He can't really hide behind his faults right now. Everything is showing it to fruition. They cannot keep the lead. And they struggle against bad teams too. And now you got a team over here who's competing for a championship in the West and who's just out here railroading teams. Give me this team with a 6-game win streak, man. Give me Denver here, man. It's basically a pick 'em. So I had to just take the money line in this spot. But I like Denver here. When it comes to the under, I'll look at the 210. But I can see with all the guards being back for Detroit touching about maybe 100 points. 98, 95, somewhere around their points, and Denver getting over that 115 mark, and that could probably push it over. So I'm totally off the total in that game, and I'm back in my zone now. I know we started the show off messed up. I couldn't hear nobody. I couldn't talk. I hate when we started. We already talk about games, y'all, so I kind of throw my whole mood off. I want to introduce y'all, talk about shit. But that ain't nobody's fault. That's not Skeet's fault. That's my fault. My fucking equipment didn't work right, so I came in here pissed off a little bit. But I'm back now. Also, in the Atlanta game, I want to touch on it. I found my Atlanta stats. I'm on Atlanta Hawks in the first half under 116 over here, but I think this game goes under in Atlanta. And that was my play over there. The under in the full game in the first half under 116. But what y'all have to say about that, man? I jumped on Denver on the money line.
I can't argue. I mean, if Detroit, if you like them, you got to like them early because they've been taking the lead. And if anything, they've been tricking it off the second half. They're 1-5-1 against the spread last 7. Denver's been covering. They're 4-2 against the spread the last 6. I mean, when a person goes down, another person seems to just step up for Denver. We already know they got a deep roster. I know they're missing 3 players tonight, but haven't really seen much to like from Detroit. So I was
just said Blake only scores. Hold on, Blake only scores against Detroit. What does that mean? He scored against his own team, or he at the, I don't even know what that
means. Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, that boy, real quick, he's trying to be funny.
Yeah, he's trying to be funny. That's funny. I hear you, though, Ski over there on that. But I understand what you guys saying about the under, man. Detroit and the points is the problem for me. Not one of the best games on here tonight. I did use it as a parlay builder. Not a parlay builder, but I did throw Denver on the parlay as well, besides just taking them straight up. But real quick, though, we got some time since we ain't on too early. I'm going to start trying to give out first quarters to every little game we put out. Or I give out from now on. I went back to Portland, said on my grams. My grams was telling me, man, you know, I make money off my first quarters. I've been like 80% for first quarter bets, bro, since I can remember betting basketball, like 80%. I cashed out my first quarter. So I'm going to start looking for some of those on the show. It probably won't be 80% no more because I'm going to be giving them out almost for every fucking game. But I did hop on the first quarter in the Atlanta game under 58.5. I jumped on that early. I took it for a small wedges. So that's the first quarter bet I have in that game. Ski, not Ski, but Jay, you got any thoughts on the total in the first quarter? Or any inkling about the under? Since y'all have the full game money, think the first quarter go over?
Yeah, the only thing with the Hawks is I feel like if there's any spot for the over or the Hawks in this game, it will have to be first quarter or first half. That's what I was telling Ski. I think they will have absolutely nothing in the tank in the second half. This is one of my best spots, one of my best angles. Seeing the team on the last game of a super long road trip, and I saw this one is like an extended one. This is 7 games, so they maybe if they have anything, it'll be in the first quarter or first half. So I could see the Hawks covering the first quarter and the first quarter going over, but I just feel like it'll be a little bit different now. I feel like they'll fade out, but I'm not so good on the first quarter, so it's just my opinion, but I would take it with a grain of salt. I'm just on Wizards full game. I'm on the under full game, and then I'm on the Hawks team total under 112.
I agree with what Jay Money's saying there.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Steve.
No, I agree with what Jay Money's saying there. I think if I'm looking at the under, I'm looking more throughout the game because I'm looking at the spot and it's the last game of the 7-game road trip and I'm expecting them to be tired. So the longer the game goes, the more tired they get. So I would like to have the number over the course of the game.
Yeah, somebody saying bullshit about going 80% for first quarters, man. Ski, I've been watching you on Twitter lately, and I've been watching how you pick your plays, bro. You pick like a play a day. You way over 80% right now for your play a day in about 17 days, correct, sir?
Right.
So it's not impossible to go. It's not impossible whatsoever. You just gotta know what to pick. Just because they personal plays and I pick personal first quarters, I know what to look for in my first quarter bets. I know what I'm looking for. Golden State's been a team that cashed for me in the first quarter. You got to find your first quarter trends. The Bucks, we're going to talk about in a little bit, our first quarter team. They ranked in top 10 in first quarter scoring. They're playing against a team right now who loses first quarters. They're ranked 16. So you got to pick your spots to know what you're looking for when you're picking first quarters and how it goes. So it's possible to hit 80%. But like I said, me giving them on the show now, I'm going to try to give a first quarter for every show. It's going to be impossible for me to beat 80% if I'm giving the first quarter for every single game that's on. You know what I mean? But I'm going to try my best to try to get that there. But personally, yeah, I hit about 75 to 80% on my first quarter bets. I mean, that's something that I've always done. I'm not betting units on them. I'm not betting like 3 or 4 units on them. I'm betting like, $50 here, $75 there. But it's a bet that I like to take. And it's a bet that I'll make. And then once I hit that first quarter hit, if it hit, I'll just throw it back down on the full half, or I'll bet it back down on the game in play wise. So it's a way to get in play money without really having to spend no money, because now you didn't hit up the first quarter. Now you can play that money the rest of the day. You know what I mean? It's a way to flip some change. But I want to get on your ass real quick though over here, Ski, because now I'm into it now. Lakers, man. Y'all giving up everything and the kitchen sink for that man AD over there. But the Bucks, another game we about to talk about in a little bit. I heard they in contention for it too. I told everybody about the Clippers, man. They may make moves too for him. He put out a list. The man may want to go to New York and play in New York. It's not said that y'all go get him, man. Y'all want Kuzma. Well, they want Kuzma. Who else? What's the center name I have over there? Zubac. They want Zubac. They don't even want Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball now, he want to go to Phoenix Suns. Man, y'all got issues over there, man. Y'all got issues.
You too happy for me. You too happy for me, brother. I know you happy y'all just got Rodney Hood in Portland, but I need you to calm down just a little with that smiling over there over my Lakers. But we holding on to Zubac now. The package is OD though. We're giving up like damn near 6, 7, 8 players. I don't even know how many no more. Lonzo, Ingram, Kuzma, Rondo, Lance, 2 picks.
I heard they just added Luke Walton too.
Oh yeah, go ahead. They could do it right now. He could go. He could go right now, because I wasn't feeling some of his antics lately. But I think we still gonna get him. The Bucks is bullshitting. He not going there, man. And the Clippers don't have shit to give up.
You the man telling me that the Bucks is gonna go out here and come out the East, and now the Bucks is bullshit.
Not in that way. Not in that way. I'm saying like they're not gonna give up or have enough pieces to give up.
I hear you there. Yeah, they ain't got the right pieces. I hear you there. Let's say, yeah, because if they make a deal with the Bucks for him, all the pieces you could get from LA. But I want to touch on one quick thing though about the whole little trade thing. And what's your take on this, J Money? Lonzo Ball to the Phoenix Suns, if that does happen, you like the pairing over there with Lonzo, Booker, and you think LA? Booker might have to go. It may have to involve a trade where Booker may go to the Pelicans if that happens to someone like that. What's your thoughts on him in Phoenix?
Yeah, they got too many guards already. I mean, why would you want to go somewhere that has too? Like, they already shipping off guards. They got too many of them. I mean, you got T.J. Warren. I mean, you still got Booker as well, which, I mean, we obviously know that Booker's not going to re-sign. I mean, I wouldn't. I know he getting paid nice and shit, but he going to get paid nice regardless. Why not go win games and still get your money? You know what I'm saying? So if Ball goes there, obviously, I think that Booker would leave, or it would have to be something like that. They would have to trade another guard, obviously, but I mean, he could go there. You're not going to win too much, not in the near future. So if that's just a team you want to play for, I'm saying that his dad saying that that's where he wants him to play. I don't think that's a destination. I would be saying I want to go to Phoenix, but I mean, he could fit well there. They like to run and gun. They don't play, you know what I'm saying, much defense. Not saying he's a bad defender, but they like to run and gun. They're a guard-oriented team, so it wouldn't be a bad fit for him. But me personally, I want to go somewhere and win. That's just me.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Bruh, Phoenix needs a point guard hella bad. Lonzo's like, I'm going to go fan mode. He's a fucking GOAT point guard right now. He will make that team go, bro. Booker is not a point. He's not looking to get everybody involved. He's looking to score. Lonzo's going to get everybody the ball. Lonzo is what the Suns need.
Isn't that most of the guards in the league right now? They're looking to score?
Most of them, yeah. But Lonzo is not
the way the league turned into. It's turned into a guard score only type of league right now. That's what's crazy.
So look, you got Aiden over there, you got Booker over there, you got athletic Josh Jackson on the wing. You gonna have Lonzo running the breaks, Lonzo getting everybody to rock where they need to rock. Come on, man. You gonna have him flowing.
Yeah, Ski, that's a nice way to look at it. When you break it down to me like that, it does sound good. But just me, I know how Booker plays. He's a superstar player. just me. I know he can be a shooting guard, but I mean, as good as he is, and the way that he can score, and the way he can create his own shot. I mean, this is a guard. You know, everybody wants to score these days. Even the centers, everyone wants to score. It's not the old type of league. Me personally, I would play Booker at the point guard. That's just me. I like him better at the point guard. Those games where he went for 50, you know what I'm saying, plus points. The times he did, he was playing point guard. He was running the show. So you kind of he's one of those players you just have to give him the ball and get out the way. But I could definitely understand what you're saying with that. I mean, they are technically missing a true point guard, but I don't think it would just turn them around. I mean, especially the conference that they're in. I don't know. It'd just be a tough tag going to the Suns and trying to turn that team around.
I got kind of frustrated, man. Yeah. I'm irritated with this situation. You know, Lonzo's my guy. That's one of my favorite players. I just got my damn Lonzo jersey. Now they trying to ship my guy off.
One of your favorite players is Lonzo Ball. You rethink your basketball.
He's number 2 on my list.
Oh, fuck. I guess me and Jay Money must be tied for number 1. Because Lonzo should not be number 2 on your list. But let's get back to the cap. Let's get back to the Capitol, man. We got a good game tonight, man. With a Bucks team, man. The Bucks playing the Brooklyn Nets, man. This Brooklyn team hasn't looked the same to me, you guys, since that all these injuries. And you know, LeVar's supposed to be coming back before the All-Star break or right after the All-Star break. They announced it today, but the Nets dropped. They won in 11 straight their last 12 games versus the Bucks. They lost their last 2 games. They can't control the ball, you guys. They're having a hard time controlling the ball. They don't know where their offense is coming from. They're playing against a Bucks team right now who is just fucking straight up rolling. I think the Bucks, they would have won 12 straight if it wasn't for that loss against OKC. And at the time they ran across OKC was on fire too. They was getting in their little groove too at the same time. So you had 2 hot teams competing against each other. There's no way in hell I'm going to fade the Bucks in this spot, man. I got this before the line even moved. I got the Bucks at -6 today. I think the line's up. Didn't line up to what, 7.5 right now, if I'm correct? Let me open up my William Hill.
I should be checking it out too.
Yeah, it's at 7.5 right now. The under. I also hopped on the under, you guys. It was at 2. I think it was 232. Now it's at 230 right now. So I took the under 232 in this game. Also took the Bucks in this game as well, man. I like the Bucks a lot. I think they're also a team, like I said, in the first quarter who come out and demand the ball in the first. Demand points in the first quarter. Their first quarter score team. The number 6 in first quarter team differential 2 in points. Lead the teams by 1.5 points in this spot. I'm on the Bucks in this spot. I don't know where the offense is going to come from the Nets. The Nets cannot hold on to the basketball right now. The Bucks defense have looked solid over the past couple of games. Man, over the season, man, this is getting better and better, bro. So give me the Bucks.
I agree with what you're saying there. And it's some stats that our guy Joe Osborne from Oddshark, it kind of agree with what you're saying. You talked about ever since Brooklyn had the injuries. I mean, that's Dinwiddie, right? That's the main injury right there. He went down the last 5 games. Brooklyn's 30th in field goal percentage, 28th in 3-point percentage, 4th most turnovers, and some stats on the Bucks side. They're holding the opponents to 2nd lowest field goal percentage the last 15 games and 6th most forced turnovers. The Bucks got the 4th most points in the paint. Brooklyn's allowing 4th most points allowed in the paint. So I like the Bucks. They're rolling, just like you said. Brooklyn's kind of stalling out right here. Joe Harris is not going to play tonight. Another 3-point shooter gone. The last 15 games, the point difference.
Let me correct myself real quick too, Ski. No, it was under. It's been at 230. I am on the under 230 in the Milwaukee Bucks game. The 232 I was thinking about was the Atlanta Hawks game. My bad. Let me correct myself real quick. But go ahead.
And the last 15 games, the point differential, Milwaukee is number 2, 11.1. So they win by 11 points or more the last 15 games on average. So I'm rolling with the Bucks. I took them earlier. That's one of my plays. -7 is when I got them. I like them. 7.5 is pretty much the same. We need 8 points to win.
Yeah, I can't say, man. I'll go ahead and admit it. You know what I'm saying? I did take the Nets here. It was before Joe Harris was announced out. It was a small. I did go small on it, but the Nets come back at the house. I know the Bucks, they've been winning, but they are, you know what I'm saying, off a few big wins. in this spot, this is another one where the Bucks on that last game of a 5-game road trip. Ski, I told you earlier, man. I have to. I mean, it's not necessarily an auto bet. Always look into it, but seeing that with the Nets coming off 2 losses and come back to the house, this is a revenge game. Last time, Hollis Jefferson last time they played, Hollis Jefferson only played 2 minutes. He got injured that game, and D'Angelo Russell didn't play at all, and I think they lost by like 15. So with Russell in there, if Napier can play like he did the last time against them, he had 32 points in that game, balled out. He was pretty much their best player in that game. If they can come back with that and come play with the cohesiveness they have been, a little bit pissed off losing 2 straight. Yeah, the injuries are mounting up. I know about it, but this is just a spot play where I'm just willing to take the points with the home team against the team that's on the road. They are rolling, but this is the 5th game, the last game of a road trip. And like I say, I'm going to pretty much bet against that every time.
Here, I see Layla said, okay, you got some clout. What's up, sweetheart? I'm going to call you later, man. Thank you for coming on in here and checking me out. I'll call you in a little bit, but you funny for even saying that I got some clout. My kids is funny. My kids is funny, bro. I got the most hilarious kids in the world, bro. I think they all going to be comics. You would think that we was you would think our last name was Wayne's, because everybody comedians in my family, bro. I think everybody got some funny shit in their genes, but yeah, they funny. But back to this game, though, man. Hey, Jay, I don't never really disagree with you too much. I think I have to agree with you on this game right here, bro. They just have too many people out for this Brooklyn Nets team. They don't have any scorers. No Crab, no Spencer, no LeVert. Dudley, he's out too, and he was clogging the paint. He was doing little things for you to get you baskets. Just because you don't score points every game or put up big numbers don't mean you don't do a lot on the court. And you guys play ball. You know what I mean by that. You don't have to go out there and put up 12 points tonight. But what you did, look like you probably put up 30 points with the screens, the defense you play, the rebounds you got, to get your man open, to pull him away your defense. And no Harris tonight for this team, too. No Harris really hurts. That's their other score. I mean, where the points will come from? Russell may have some points, but Carroll's not going to be able to go in there and put up big-time points. I don't see Carroll probably touching 13 points tonight for this team tonight. I think the Bucks just run over this team. I think it's an easy win for the Bucks. I think this is probably I think the Bucks win by double digits, bro. I can't say I think. I know the Bucks going to win by double digits. You know what I mean? That's how it is, bro. The Bucks going to whoop the Nets' ass, bro. And I've been having a good read of the Nets all year, bro. I'm telling you, all year. This is not a good spot for this Nets team, bro.
And I was coming into the show. With my play already made and hoping that you're not taking the Nets, real, because all year you know what to do with the Nets. And I know a few times I might think I'm gonna take the Nets, and I hit you up like I don't really know as well as you do. So I'm glad to see we on the same page there. I think it's too many players out, just like you said. And a stat for Milwaukee. I know it's the last game of the road trip, J Money, but they 25-17-2 after a day off. They still did get a day off yesterday.
Right. Yeah. Like I say, I'm on the Nets here. It was before Joe Harris was out, but this is a spot play for me. Ski, like we was talking about earlier. It's one that I'm pretty much going, in the right circumstances, I'm gonna take it every time. So win, lose, or draw. This isn't my biggest game of the night, but I wouldn't be surprised to see the Nets sneak inside this number here.
When we come to a parlay builder, everybody, I took them at -6.5, and I also grabbed them for the money line. So I got a couple more plays I'm gonna add to this parlay. This is the next game we actually about to talk about right now as well. But I do have a parlay right now going with the Bucks -6.5 and the Bucks with a money line. So I have 2 parlays going with them separately with the Bucks as well. Anything from the chat, man? Everybody saying Brook Lopez over 13 points. Ski, I know you're a prop guy. You mind checking it out, and then let's know about that in a second. When it comes to the rest of the chat, everybody saying Lopez back in BK, Lopez back. Yeah, he should have a big game, man. And, you know, like I said, he works out with with Allen over there. I said Josh Allen with Jared Allen. They was training and doing stuff, too. So he looks after the young kid as well. So it's going to be a nice matchup. And what I like about Lopez, man, he's the better of the 2 brothers as well. He goes out there and balls, bro. Like, he shoot threes, he rebounds. He have his games where you think the man went out there and hit some HGH, whatever it was, and he ready to go. Like, he pumped up, you know what I mean? So that's how he be out there playing tonight. And tonight, he might come out there just on that shit tonight and come out there and perform. So I'm loving the fact that he's playing, and Bledsoe's in too. So Bledsoe being game time decision was a little concern, but Bledsoe is playing, so I like that there. So my play for this game for everybody, I took him at 6.5. I still like him at the 7.5. The Bucks should and will win by double digits, you guys. I'm on Bucks first quarter as well. I was on lay at first half play. I did not lay at first half play. But any thoughts, Ski or J Money, on over 13 points for Brook Lopez tonight?
I just think it's way more value on Milwaukee. I just think Milwaukee's the play. If you're gonna look at this game, there's no point to even mess around with the prop on there. I mean, the value's on Milwaukee.
Any comments, Steve? J Money.
Yeah, I like to I would take the over there. I don't play player props, but that's something that I know it's a good stats with that. I don't mess with it. But a player that's going back to a team where he used to play it, even more when he's going back to their court, you know what I'm saying, their city, but really playing a team, you know what I'm saying, that you used to play for or that drafted you, it's always a spot, you know what I'm saying, players get up. But I mean, you never really know. Some of them it could mean something to them, others it could, you know what I'm saying, they could care less. So I'm not a prop guy. I mean, you might miss this shit by half a point. It could go way over. You know what I'm saying? He'll come out there and get injured, all type of shit. So I just can't mess with it. If he get injured in the game, they're not going to refund you the money back. So I mean, it could hit though. So I would bet on it.
No doubt. Real quick, man. We not every chat. Ignore that. Don't pay that no attention. Don't entertain that. We offer that type of shit now. They're done with it. They're done with it. So let's get off of that. But yeah, I do real quick though, man. I know Jimmy had the pneumonia, if I'm correct. I want to wish you well, Jim. I know you were dealing with that. I've seen him talk about that a few times. So man, hopefully you're all right, man. I lost a auntie from pneumonia some years back, man. So prayers to you that you get better. That's a serious thing. People think that's a joke, but that shit can kill you. Especially the older you are, man. It attacks you in a certain way that it's just crazy. So get well, Jim, when it comes to that. Let's get to this next game, man. When it comes to this Pacers game, Pacers in New Orleans. This is hold on, son. No, not this. Give it to your mom. She know what I'm talking about. Indiana and New Orleans, man. I've been having a tough read on these teams. Jay, you've been right here with me side by side when it came to this to these New Orleans Pelicans game, man. They missed all their starters, bro, and they still somehow find a way to win games and stay in the games. Indiana, they started to go down. We think this is a better team. The Pelicans missing everybody. Indiana missing one person or two people, and they can't seem to finally and get a victory nowhere. This game was a tough game to cap for me. I had to jump on the under in this game, and I'll explain why. Both teams missing their star players. They 1-5. Pacers are 1-5 ATS last 6 games. 5-5 of the last 10 games between the Pacers and 10 of the last. I'm sorry, I got my notes. Look, I got scribbles over here, bro. I can barely read my shit. I wrote down my damn self over here, but I'll break it down in layman terms. I'm on the under because the last 10 games between these two teams, 8 of them went under. So I have to hop on the under. No Oladipo over there. Evans came back the other day, and we thought he was gonna come in there and be an offensive threat. At least I thought he was. That car accident must be affecting this man a lot more than what we thought, because he's not being able to put up many points. He came out there and just laid a fucking egg the other day. Luckily, the team still fucking won. I really don't understand how the Pelicans are still winning basketball games. When you have to look at Frank Jackson, I mean, Holiday is cool, but you got Hill, Miller, Okafor playing like he's on the contract here right now. Like he's looking like he want to be considered for. He got an all-star snub or something. He's pissed right now. I don't understand how the New Orleans Pelicans are still winning games or in games in this spot. But I did jump on the under 218 in this game. I had to follow the trend in this spot and hop on the under. Both of these teams are going to have trouble scoring points as they start out. And I also had to take the Pacers one more game, bro. One more game, I'm on the Pacers in this spot, man. I think Pacers money line is a great spot. So I parlayed the Pacers and the Bucks together for a nice little win.
Yeah, I hopped on the Pacers here. I got them at -1.5. I saw it shoot up to 3. I mean, in my opinion, that's very telling. You know what I'm saying? So I know a lot of people were saying, take the Pelicans, you know what I'm saying, plus the 3 or whatever. I don't know. I mean, you could take the Pelicans here. They are at the house. They have stunned some teams, but I think that was at first when the young players got their, got their first chance to play, and then, you know what I'm saying, obviously you playing with some fire, then that shit dies down after a while. You back to reality now. You know what I'm saying, you still pretty much a D-League team. You know what I'm saying, you have the pretty much second team out there playing as starters. The only real bright spot you really have is Okafor, like you say. I mean, we know that he could ball. It's just a matter of where he wanted to play, bro. I mean, even when he was in the 76ers, I was like, damn, bro, I thought he could ball. He was just bullshitting around over there. So he can play. It's just a matter of when he feels like it, which I don't really like that. I feel like you should come to play every day, but he has been balling. They still have Drew Holiday. He hasn't been doing much. I think the Pacers got a little bit of confidence, you know what I'm saying, with their last win. I know before that they had lost 4 straight. It looked absolutely terrible. Like they could barely crack 100 points. But they're playing a team tonight that plays no defense, a laundry list of players out. And like you say, they do have McDermott out, but I mean, it's all good. As long as Tyreek Evans is back in there, I know he's not a big deal, but you see, they didn't win the game until he came back. The first game he came back, they won. So give me the Pacers here, man. I would just go with the money line here. I did get it at -1.5. But I can't say if they win, they should win by 4 points or more. But you could just take the money line instead.
Yeah, this is the one game I didn't really have much on. Like, I didn't like this game at all. If I had the slightest lean or if I had to make a play, I would just roll with the Pacers, getting Tyreek Evans back. New Orleans missing a lot of players. I know they've been covered. They're 4-1 against the spread the last 5. Like you said, Real, I don't know how, but I would just have to lean on the Pacers to win.
It don't make no sense. Pelicans are 3-7 last 10 games and 0-3 at home recently, bro. And then Pelicans. And when it comes to the Pacers, they're 2-7 ATS last 9 road games. This shit is just a crazy shit. Every time you look at a stat in this game, 1 point to one team, the other point to the other team, and they point back to it's a tough game to cap over here. If I'm gonna cap anything, I'm gonna cap a team with the best player, with the best roster out there, the better defense out there. I know Pelicans are an offensive team, and I don't know how this team is covered right now. I mean, I guess they're just banding together right now. They're making it look like they don't even need AD, but that shit don't last right now. But it's not gonna last. The Pacers. Not gonna last losing either. They're gonna bounce back eventually too. And I see they have owned this team for the past couple of matchups, the past couple of years, man. Give me the Pacers in this spot, man. So it's Pacers or nothing here. I cannot back a team in the NBA whatsoever missing 5 players or 6 players of their team right now. And another thing about NBA right now, you guys, with the trade deadline coming so close, it is so hard to cap some of these games right now because you may take a game the night before, the next day you wake up and the whole team traded. You know what I mean? We watched it happen last week, so it's a tough thing. So doing this week, be careful with what you bet.
Most definitely. I mean, I feel like it's a lot of soft spots in the NBA. Like, I think we just passed one, like the middle of January to like the end, and then the next soft spot is like after the trade deadline, kind of almost throughout. It's just kind of times where NBA gets predictable. So I hear what you're saying there.
Yeah, and hey, we might see it. We might see it with the Lakers, man. I was looking at this spot tomorrow, the Pacers against the Lakers, and I did tell someone on Twitter that I like the Lakers, and then I'm like, shit, we got to wait and see if everybody get traded first. Shit, I mean, the offer's on the table, so if the Pelicans wanted to accept it, from my understanding, they could take it right now. I mean, the Lakers submitted that trade type shit. Like, it's out there. It's on the table. If the Pelicans want all them fucking players, hey, all they got to do is call them boys back. Hey, ship them boys over here. And then that Lakers game would take a huge turn tomorrow. I mean, then who they got to call up? Like 3 players from the D-League? Where the damn players going to play? Boy, shit, the Lakers would get their ass toasted by the Pacers tomorrow if they trade everybody. So you're exactly right about that, Real. I wouldn't be surprised to wake up and see that happen, although I hope not, because that shit Lakers would be getting bent over in that trade. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel.
Obviously, when it comes back, you guys will get some pieces back. It's a deal. When you see trades like this, it's never just one team skiing, Jay. Y'all know it's going to be a 3rd team involved, maybe a 4th team involved. It's going to be some pieces moving around. And Lakers will get something back besides AD. It may not be I know Pelicans were trying to get Solomon Hill contract away or somebody's contract away too. There's a bunch of little shit going on. But I know that you got some fans in the chat, Jay. We ain't going to acknowledge them, but let you know you got some fans in the chat, bro. So you can handle that later. Make sure you lock and screenshot that name so you can search your Twitter. So you can add a block behind that, bro. But tumble that shit. No. You know what I mean? But back to it though. Hey, which one of y'all want to break down this next game, this Houston and Phoenix game? Jay, you want to lead us into this one?
Yeah, man, I don't have much in this game, man. The Suns, they look absolutely terrible, man. So, and that's where I start this damn camping in. Like I say, this was a perfect spot for the Suns to win the other day versus the Hawks. And you could even tell by the line. If they didn't win that game, I was like, they're definitely tanking, not even trying to win games. Because I actually did think that the Hawks weren't even trying to win that game, but they did, So, and the Suns were even a favorite in that game, man. I was finna say it, but I didn't want to just jump the gun. But I know they was a 2-point favorite in that game, man. They were supposed to win. They didn't win that one. I'm hoping this isn't some crazy shit. I could see the Suns sneaking inside his number, maybe even beating the Rockets. That's how the NBA's been going. The Rockets upset the Jazz, which they were pretty much supposed to lose their game. They announced Chris Paul out, all that. Everybody jump on the Jazz. Then the Rockets just blow the shit out of them. And then now I could see them having a total huge letdown. I hope they don't lose. I do have the Rockets money line in a couple of parlays, but I can say I wouldn't be surprised. They have dominated the Suns though of late. I mean, they won 8 straight versus the Suns, and then won 9 of 10. So they've dominated them. They shouldn't lose this game. But I've seen crazier things, so they better lock up on Booker because he could go off on they no defense playing ass.
Right. I don't have a strong play on this game, but as far as the stats, Houston, they haven't been covering on the road. They're 9-16 against the spread on the road. They're 1-7 against the spread when the spread is -9.5 to -6.5. 5-11 against the spread as a road fave. I don't really see too many stats to say I want to back Houston, but Phoenix has been just terrible. I mean, last 5 games, defensive rating 30th, rebounding 30th, but at the same time, Houston is not playing any defense. Houston is not rebounding either. So it's just kind of who's going to outscore who. And I will put my money on Houston to outscore Phoenix.
Yeah, me too, bro. Look, I kept getting the push. Every time I was betting this shit, it was like damn near a push. I like the Rockets winning by 6, bro. But I couldn't take. I just can't put my money on Phoenix Suns in this spot here, bro. Phoenix is whack as fuck, bro. This team is garbage. Phoenix is 0-10 last 10, 0-3 at home, 0-7 away, 0-1 as a favorite, 0-9 as a dog, 3-7 ATS. This team is as bad, bro. That's just the last 10 games. It's like, goddamn, man. Look, we can go out there and put on a better show than Phoenix can. They can sign any one of us right now. I guarantee we go out there and get them a couple of rebounds, some assists. We probably turn Aiden into a star. Y'all put us all out there on the court together. Shit, this team is just bad. Houston, on the other hand, is 2-7 ATS in their last 9 games. 1-5 ATS last 6 games on the road. 2-4 should have been the last 6 games on the road. But what they do is they do whoop on the Phoenix Suns ass. That is a tradition coming from Houston to Phoenix Suns. They give them the business here, man. So I have to back Houston in this spot. I didn't take Houston all the way, but the -8. I didn't play him first quarter, first half, no nothing like that. I think Paul and them get it right tonight. He's back. He didn't play a back-to-back the other night when he came back. So I think tonight they go in there and try to readjust their offense, try to figure out, because now you get a real game. I think this is the real game with Paul and Fareed and all these guys on the line, you know what I mean, out there tonight. A better feeling of the team tonight is to come out there and perform tonight. So they should win by 12 points. 12 points is what they should win by, but it's the Rockets. They don't cover on the road. So I still jumped on them, you guys. I took them my parlay too. That's my third team. My parlay was the Rockets money line. So it's Pacers, Rockets money line, Bucks money line, parlay, and then Pacers -8. Pacers money line, Rockets -8, and Milwaukee Bucks -6.5 parlay. I have 2 parlays with both teams, but one's money line, other one's points.
We on the same page right there. I didn't make an actual play on this game, but if I was, it's going to be on them Rockets.
Right, yeah. There's no way I'm going to take the Suns here in any way, shape, form, fashion. They could probably be getting 15 points at the house. And maybe against the right team, I might take them, but not right here. Like you say, Real, you know what I'm saying, just 8.5 points. They could, if they come to play, you know what I'm saying, they think they're trying to, you know what I'm saying, build as a team. You can't lose this game. I mean, if they don't lose, they should blow the Suns out here. The Suns are playing defense. They're still missing offensive players. So, in theory, the Rockets should absolutely blow them out here. I couldn't see if the Suns can't beat the Hawks on the back-to-back in a terrible spot in a game, which even the books think you're going to win. I don't see you beating the Rockets here in this spot.
Anything quick. And my guy, Barco in here said he's trying to figure out why every time Chris Paul plays, Houston loses or struggles to win. It's because Chris Paul slows the pace down when the ball is taken out of James Harden's hand. That's why they struggle to win, because now they're actually running set plays and actually performing. You know what I mean? They're running plays that are designed. Right now, it's just kind of like give ISO basketball. Everybody just give Harden the ball and Harden passes it. If he shoots it, we just run in transition. We just do whatever we go by Harden. But with Paul back in the lineup, now you running set plays. Now D'Antoni's actually going to his offensive playbook and trying to get certain guys open and put people on picks and screens. So it's a different type of philosophy when Chris Paul is out there playing.
I agree with you on that. Definitely slow the pace down, take the ball out of Harden hand. Everything you said on the money.
Yeah, they like I say, I'm still a fan of this Rockets team with Chris Paul and Harden together. I mean, they showed you they could play together last year. If Chris Paul was still in there, I think the Rockets would have won the championship. I'll say that shit over and over again.
Stop it.
They had them 3-2 ski. Come on, man. They needed one more win. And obviously Paul was out for those games. But if he was in I think just one of those games, man, it would have been over, man. They had the Warriors on their heels, bro. I'm telling you, that was the Rockets year. Real no, man. It was one injury away. But I mean, it's all good. It should happen last year. The Warriors already got their rings and everything. I'm not a big Rockets fan, but they should do work tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ask you a question about that. When it did come to the Rockets last year, who do you see winning the championship? I mean, I know you're a Laker fan, but if you could tell me who you see winning the championship first, the Los Angeles Lakers or the Boston Celtics within the next 5 years?
Within the next 5 years, I would say the Lakers because we don't know if Kyrie's going to stay. We don't know. I mean, we don't know what their team's going to look like. I think we'll need Kyrie over there. I think if Kyrie's not there, he leaves, then Boston gets weaker. We know LeBron at some point in these next 4 years as a Laker, he's going to win. We don't know when Boston's going to win.
I hear you. What's your thoughts, Jay?
You have a point there. I feel like it's a little bit of a tricky question because we don't necessarily know. You know what I'm saying? It could be different trades and stuff. And like, you know what I'm saying? He says that's real key. If Kyrie leaves, I'm not going to say Celtics have no chance of making it, but it would take a big dip. Me personally, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Kyrie. I don't know where he wants to go. If it was me, I mean, your dad, you know what I'm saying, tried out for Boston. You got all this little history. Yeah, like you really want to play there. Now you're there. Now you're saying you don't owe nobody shit. Now you're saying maybe you going to go somewhere else. It seemed to me like he was going to stay with the Celtics for a nice little bit. So initially, I would want to say the Celtics because I feel like it's a little bit easier for them per se, you know what I'm saying, in the Eastern Conference than the Lakers in the Western Conference. I mean, you got so many beasts over there, bro. I'm sorry. Even if the Warriors get dethroned and they trade away a few players, they're still going to be pretty nice if they have two of them. You still got teams like the Nuggets, the Blazers. You know what I'm saying? You got teams that's going to be coming for your neck. So, I don't know, man. With the Western Conference, it's tough, man. I hate that my Mavericks team is even in the Western. Man, we kind of split down the middle. Y'all can't trade us, somebody put us on the Eastern Conference or something, man. We're definitely man. Shit.
My man, he think we trade states. He didn't have to trade nothing. We want to trade states. He think he playing Madden and he had a bad team. Now we moving to England. Nah, but you can't. Yeah. My man said, you want to go somewhere else. They put me in the East. Hey, if you could trade Dallas for an East Coast team, I'll trade the Mavericks for give me the Heat.
Yeah,
we'll take the Heat on the Mavs. I mean, I think it's an even trade that way.
Let's do it.
Let's get down to this last game, though, Ski. I want you to break us down with this last one, man. Spurs and Kings, brother.
Okay. I like this game. I actually have 2 plays on this game. As far as some of these stats, last 5 games, Spurs 5th in pace, Sacramento 4th in pace, offensive rating, Spurs 1st, Sacramento 17th, defensive rating, Sacramento 9th, Spurs 25th, rebounding, Spurs 1st, Sacramento 16th. So with that said, Spurs got the offensive and rebounding advantage off top. And the Kings, the last 15 games, they've been allowing opponents. They're 29th in opponents' second chance points. So they're giving up rebounds. They're letting them score. And I think last time Aldridge played, he might have had like 15 plus rebounds. So I see Aldridge just going to work.
Yeah, I'm going to cut you off, but somebody's asking right now a question for you. They said, do you double up on your under if the live total goes up, or do you just let it ride out?
I would have to be watching the game, and I'm more stronger on live betting the sides, honestly. I don't really live bet the totals that much.
Exactly. And before I told everybody, to me, the live betting the totals should come the third quarter or fourth quarter. But back to your Brady. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I didn't want to miss his comment.
It's all good, but I just see the advantage on the rebounding, and I don't really see anybody stopping Aldridge. I see him scoring as many points he wants to, rebounding as much as he wants to, and I see it to be a fast-paced game. We said it's the 5th pace and 4th pace. Both teams trending towards the over. 26-19 after a day off for the Spurs, 28-13 after a day off for the Kings. When a line is greater than 205, 30 and 21 for the Spurs, 28 and 23 for the Kings. I like points, and I like the Spurs.
Yeah,
Jay,
hey,
you got to follow up, bro.
yeah, I'm with him. I like the Spurs in this spot too. It was kind of sort of not necessarily a late ad. I went through the card, you know what I'm saying? I bet a bunch of stuff and then I had to go back and look at it again. And I actually did dig up some stuff, you know what I'm saying? The Spurs, this year they're pretty well, you know what I'm saying, on these revenge games. And this is a revenge spot. They already lost to the Kings earlier this year. I think they will exact some revenge. Exact thing with the Kings. They just beat the 76ers. They was catching the 76ers looking at off of pretty much in a bad spot for a big win. And now they're in that same spot. The only thing is they're still at the house. But the Spurs, you know what I'm saying, they did one of their point guards is injured. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna play in this game. But I do still think that they will have get the job done tonight. Pop, he just doesn't like lose to the same team twice. So it is a little bit of an iffy game, but I am on the Spurs minus the 1.5, and I also do lean to the over. We know the Kings are going to want to run and gun. And lately the Spurs have been scoring points as well, averaging almost 120 points. So I do like the over this game. I didn't bet it. The only thing I did take in this game was the minus 1.5. And I do see somebody in the chat saying about the live bets. I would just wait. My whole thing is like, say if you like the Wizards, you know what I'm saying, if you wanted to, you could just wait in the game, see if they get down, especially against a team like the Hawks, and then you know what I'm saying, live bet them. But as far as the total, I would definitely stay away from it in the first quarter, bro. I've lost plenty of money just thinking I'm seeing something in the first quarter, and then that shit totally fades. So like Real say, I would definitely wait, either try to get on the second half line, wait till halftime and analyze it that way, or just wait till the third quarter starts about midway and then live bet your total.
I got an play for you guys right now. I took the full game, the first half under 116 between the Hawks and the Wizards. First half 116. Look like I may just get that. Right now, it's a play on my William Hill account as a second quarter total. So that means whatever the first half ends at is what you get. Right now, you just grab the same game at under 115.5 right now. I just jumped on it again. I took the under 115 first half in play bet. Hawks, Wizards. I jumped on it right now. And that's the bet I just made. So
I'm watching the game right here.
Yes, sir. Me too. It's on my shit too. I started pulling it back up. So that's a play I'm taking. In play, first half under 115.5, Atlanta Hawks, Washington Wizards.
Yeah, it's already looking like it's going to be a slower or just not as many points. They're not making baskets. They're slowing it down a little bit more. The player, like the main players for the Hawks, is looking like they're tired. And it looks like it's the last game of the road trip. When I saw Trae Young and I forgot Prince go out, that's what it was looking like on the expression on their face, and that's what I'm seeing in the pace of this game.
Yeah, I'm tempted to take them first quarter in play too, but I'm not trying to back the Hawks first half minus 5.5 points. That's a lot of points for me to want to back. I would think if you want to take them right now with seeing how the Wizards are down by +8, if it gets about maybe a +12 first half, you can still grab them first half bet. I would look for a +12. But on to this Spurs game. To me, it's Spurs. I'm all over this game tonight. I made a parlay too as well with the last games we're talking about right now. Each team is an away team. I have the Pacers on the road. I have the the Rockets on the road. I have the Spurs on the road, and I have the Bucks on the road. All money line plays, and it pays 372 plus 372. I took all road teams today on a parlay. I think today's a road day in the NFL. The NBA. After we just watched the NFL end. That's what I'm trying to say. We watched the NFL end. Everybody coming to basketball today. I think it's a road day. I think the Bucks may get killed today on these spots. They look a little bit too easy in some of these occasions. I think the Spurs is an easy bet. I know the Spurs are missing White tonight. I think that helps them out a little bit better tonight without White in the lineup to me. I don't see how Sacramento continues to win at home against good teams. Spurs, Pop has to prove something. He hasn't been proving himself this year so far, if you ask me. Pop hasn't been proving it in his coaching-wise. J Money, you in Texas, you see a lot of these Dallas games, these San Antonio games. With the acquisition of DeRozan this year, do you guys think that this team is low-key disappointing? Like it's not achieving what you thought what Sacramento would have achieved with the DeRozan pickup? Do they look a little flat a little bit?
Go ahead, Jay. No, you do your thing.
Me personally, I don't really think so. I thought that the Spurs were going to be a little bit worse than this. I know early in the year I was fading them and I was making like a nice amount of money. I've seen them go on 2 impressive runs, and I've seen them beat some teams, you know what I'm saying, which I didn't think they could do on the road. The whole thing is they're not as good on the road this year as they have been in past years. I mean, they're still not so bad, 10 and 15, but I mean they're 10 games over 500. You know what I'm saying, sitting at 32 and 22. It's a bunch of teams that would take this shit right now. So I think that they actually overachieved for me because I've obviously seeing with all the different trades, they got a bunch of young players, you know what I'm saying, getting the Rosen. I knew that they were going to start off slow, but they seem to, you know what I'm saying, got in some type of groove. I'm not saying they're going to go deep into the playoffs or anything, but they're actually doing a little bit better than they're supposed to.
I agree with Jay Money there. Yeah, I agree because, I mean, you're looking at it. I just pulled it up. You can't be too down on the Spurs. They're 5th in the West. They're in the playoffs right now if it starts today. I mean, I know DeMar sits out some games or players sit out some games. Maybe sometimes they don't look so good, but Jay Money said they went on 2 big streaks, and them streaks mattered. They're 5th in the West. I mean, I think that's great. That's great. You can't say they underachieved with that.
No doubt. And real quick, whoever was talking about they doubted I go 80% in first quarters. Well, I got 3 first quarter bets going on right now as we speak. Well, 2 of them. One's getting ready to start in a second. I'm on the Bucks first quarter. I'm on the under 58.5 in the Hawks Wizards first quarter. And I have another personal bet, the Nuggets first quarter. If all 3 of those hit, that'll be 100% for the day. So it's not impossible to hit first quarter bets and make some money off of first quarter games. So we all agree though, Spurs is the play. I know we're running over time. We don't have Larry here. We're doing it all ourselves today, but we'll get off of here in a second. But we in agreement when it comes to the Spurs tonight?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I took the Spurs on the money line, and I took the over 229.
Over 229. I've seen a lot of people. I actually seen Will Capper tweet out a little while ago. He was on the under. You like the over though in this game, Ski?
Yeah, I mean, I talked about the pace. Both teams 5th and 4th in pace. Spurs number 1 offensive. Spurs 25th in defensive. So I don't see them playing too much defense. I see them going fast pace and getting a lot of shots up. You got Patty Mills starting. That's a little less defense than White. They're 16 and 8 and 1 over on the road for the Spurs. They're over. I talked about some of their stats already over. I like the over here.
Yeah. No doubt. And Jay Money, before we get up out of here, bro, you want to hit us with your plays again too? And you got any college basketball plays, Jay? I know I meant to ask you that earlier, bro, but I had the communication issues.
Yeah, and I put them out. I put it out in the chat though, because there was one of them that couldn't get out. I am on Louisville plus the 4 and on the money line. I did take Fairfield and Siena under in that game. It was one more game that I did take the under in. I took the under in the Texas Tech and West Virginia game, and I'm on Texas Tech minus the 11.5. And I'm on. I got Northern Colorado on the money line in a couple of parlays, and I'm also on Idaho tonight plus the 4.5 and on the money line. I know they look terrible, but I think they're gonna win, man. So call me crazy, but I've been doing kind of well. You know what I'm saying? In the college, it's all about spots. And on the NBA, I'm on the Nuggets. I'm on the Nuggets money line. I had the under first half. It's probably not going to hit 108. Under on the full game 210. Still got some life. I'm on the Wizards minus the 6 and 6.5, and on the money line. And I'm on the under in that game. And the Hawks team total under 112. I'm on the Nets. I bought it to 8. I took the under in that game, the 229.5, and I'm on the Pacers. I got that one at minus 1.5. I'm on the Rockets on the money line, and I'm on the Spurs minus 1.5. Y'all know what's up. Y'all go holler at me on Twitter at JMoneyIsMoney.
What's up, Ski? You want to break them off a little bit? What you on?
Yeah. I'm also on that Denver under 210. That one's not looking so good right now. I'm on the Hawks under 232.5. I'm on the Bucks minus the 7 points. I got the Spurs on the money line and the Spurs over 229. And y'all can find me on Twitter at Ski Profit. Hit me up. Y'all got any questions or anything? I'm friendly. I'll answer back.
And you can find him on here every single Monday on King's Court. We're trying to get another day with Ski on whenever he had the time, but he a busy man. He in LA. He got to go check out all Lakers games and shit. I know that other shit. But anyway, hey, my plays for today. We just got that under 58.5. You tell that first quarter I gave out 58.5. Atlanta and Washington just cashed for us. I'm also on the under in that game with my man Ski. at 232. I probably will end up hopping on somewhat play between this Atlanta and Wizards game. I'm hoping my man J Money is accurate about this because I'm pretty sure he is. I might have to take the Wizards after I get time to watch the game and see what happens. I might have to hop on the money line, depending on the situations, to maybe make some good change. But we're going to see how that goes, how that works out. I'm also on Denver. First quarter personal bet just cashed. I'm on Denver full game, money line, and Denver minus 3.5. I'm on the Bucks under 230. I'm on Milwaukee first quarter and full game. I'm on Pacers money line, Houston minus 8, and Spurs minus 2.5. But I'm also on some parlays. I have a money line parlay with the Pacers, the Spurs, and the Bucks, and the Houston Rockets. A parlay all money lines with those 4 away teams. I have another parlay with the Pacers, Nuggets, and Houston Rockets money line. Another parlay as well with the Bucks minus 6.5, Houston minus 8, and Pacers money line as well. Those are my plays for today. Early show for today for Kings Court. I appreciate everybody tuning in and checking us out today, even though we had some troubles. Hopefully, we'll find a way to come on earlier for you guys every single day. Because coming on at 4 o'clock and breaking down games at 4:10 by 4:10 is a tough task. We want to make sure we get ready to get out the best plays we possibly can. We're going to figure it out. If we got to do it on our own personal time, we're going to figure it out for you guys. But that's my man, J Money. You can find him at J Money is Money. That's my man, Ski Profit. You can find him at Ski Profit. And I'm your man, King Real. It's Monday. Let's get this money. And bet smart. Watch your money. Money management. Bet smart. And remember, it's trade deadline. Be careful what you pick overnight because in the morning, it could be something totally different. Imagine a girl you take home from the club. She wake up that makeup off. That part. Picture those nights. Hey, it's me, FJ. That's Ski. Love you guys. Good night.